Jake Mauldhart now. The hits just keep on coming.
Here we go.
Come on in, Jake. You're on the hot seat. The Price is Right
Showcase preview show.
We got a couple Wyoming games players in the showcase. Jacob Hollister will also be joining us. Right now we have Jake Mauldhart. At a time, we also had your teammate Tanner, and he got called up, I think, to a Shrine game invite or another game. But that Wyoming offense this year, explosive.
Yeah, definitely.
What was the key to the success? Was that in training camp? Did you guys install a new offense? What made you guys excel this year?
I felt that we had so many weapons this year that with me and Tanner at the receivers, Jake Hollister at the tight end, and then we also had a really good running back in Ryan Hill.
Oh man, incredible!
Yeah, and then bringing Josh Allen into the mix at quarterback.
Oh my God,
I think that helped out a lot this year.
That's incredible. I mean, the recruiting is really one of the most under the radar jobs I've ever seen. You mentioned Josh Allen.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of hype on him. What's it like catching balls from him on a daily basis?
It was awesome. Josh is a great athlete, and he's able to make throws that kind of blow your mind when you're watching him film. But he's just one of those players that, whether he leaves this year or in the years coming, he's going to be very successful.
Are you a Wyoming guy, born and raised? Where are you from originally?
No, I'm from Ventura, California.
Well, Ventura, California. I was going to say, Wyoming has all these tall guys. What's going on over there? Is there something in the water you can
None of us are actually from Wyoming.
Okay. Well, why did you choose Wyoming? What made? How did you land there?
Well, I actually came in with the other coaching staff as a Coach Christensen there.
Okay.
And I came in with them. They were spread offense just like my high school, and they like to throw the ball, and so I thought it was the right fit at the time.
I mean, it seems like it was a pretty good decision.
Oh, definitely, definitely.
So obviously, I mean, 6'5", 229, or somewhere around there. What turning on your tape, what would you think stands out? What are some of the strengths part of your game that we turn on the tape and we'll see right away?
I definitely think that my size and then that I have deceptive speed, and I was able to be a big red zone threat when needed, and I think that's something you'll definitely see when you turn it on.
All right.
And I see you played a little basketball, track, volleyball in high school, a multi-sport athlete.
Yeah.
You think that helps translate? Because a lot of players now are specialty guys. They just play football or they just play baseball, but you have that diverse background. A lot of scouts like that, especially if you have a basketball background in your high school career. You feel like the footwork, the agility and stuff like that, the red zone, going up for jump balls, that background help you out a little bit?
Yeah, definitely. And I think throughout high school, growing at such an early age, I think all those sports just kind of helped me, mature into an athlete. And I think they definitely just helped.
Were you posting guys up down there in the box?
Yeah, a little bit.
I guess talk about preparing for a game. I mean, what's that week of preparation like for you? Film study, meetings. How's the week of preparation like for you when you're getting ready for an opponent?
Definitely, when you start the week off on Sundays and Mondays after a game, film study's huge. You kind of get to learn what the other defense is running, and then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you hit the field really hard, and then Thursday and Friday kind of touch it up and get ready to play.
And I guess. Does anybody come to mind? Maybe a specific player, maybe an opponent over the last 4 or 5 years that's given you a hard time, or some really good battles?
The corner out of San Diego State, he was our defense player 2 years in a row, and I got the chance to play against him about 3 times.
Has he?
Yeah. Very good player, and I had some of my better games against him, and so it was always
fun. Did you just post him up too, or what?
Yeah, I tried to, but he was very good.
Yeah, you had a couple, maybe half a foot up on him, no?
Yeah.
Well, what do you think of him as a player? Because he's going to be a high pick as well.
Yeah, he's very talented. As I said, I had better games against him, but at the same time, he was able to make plays. Had a few picks against us, especially in the conference championship game.
Yeah.
That really hurt us, and so he's one of those players that is explosive. He's ball hawk, and he's very good.
Now, how about the draft process, season, a couple weeks to reflect here? Have you made an agent decision yet? Do you know where you'll be training? I mean, you guys got to make big decisions here in a short amount of time. Obviously, you had the bowl game, so you had even less time than some of the other players. Some FCS guys, some of their season was over by Thanksgiving, so they had more time to decide on the process. How is that going for you so far?
It's going really well. I've been talking to a couple agents and then looking at different places to train, and so kind of by next week is probably when I'll make my decision. And so there's some guys coming out to this game that I'm talking to, and so I'll make my decision soon.
Make the right decision.
Yeah.
Take the time. Don't rush it, and more importantly, take this week to handle your business first and foremost, because you don't need any distractions or clutter. And the agents will probably be mad at me for saying that, because they're going to come with the SRA in hand, say, hey, sign this. But you need to handle your business here this week. And how about when you sit down with the NFL team interviews tonight? Are you ready for that process? They're going to ask you a lot of hot seat questions. I see you have a communications background from college, so you seem pretty comfortable here talking to us. Are you ready for the big stage with the NFL scouts tonight?
I hope. Hopefully, I'm real excited for that. It's something that I haven't gone through yet, and so I'm kind of trying to compare it to the little recruiting process when coaches would come into my classroom in high school, and so hopefully I'll handle that well.
Final impressions? What's the final impression you want to leave these NFL scouts once the CGS is all said and done? Once it's history, what do you want them to say about you, the wide receiver at Wyoming?
Well, since I'm making a position change to tight end, I want them to be able to see that I'm able to make that transition and that I'm able to get my weight up. I'm a little bit heavier than I was during the season, and so just for them to know that I can make that transition.
Is that the goal? I mean, let's clear that up then. Is that the goal? You want to transition to tight end at the next level? Is that the role you see yourself?
Yeah.
So we'll get you some reps inside, outside. We'll get you some looks at tight end, and I think that's great, because now our format is more of an OTA style, and the scouts are very hand-on, and they're going to want to move you around and see you here and see you there. So I think that's going to play to your advantage here and really lay the foundation for building up your draft stock. The draft season kicks off here in Bedford, and whether you go on to the Combine or Pro Day, you'll have a chance to impress even more scouts. But just being here with all the scouts, take advantage of it. You're going to make contacts with guys that are working the NFL, and contacts in the league are very important, because those guys hop and bop all around from team to team, especially the scouts. They'll tell you, that even less than the head coaches in the NFL, the scouts have even less job security. And hey, you might make an impression on a guy here tonight. They might not draft you, but they might go on and work for another team down the road, and you might make an impression on them here today that sticks out to them when, who knows, you might become a free agent 3-4 years down the road, and you make an impression on a guy here, and you never know who you're going to meet. So soak it all in, man. Take advantage of it. And when you're done with those interview processes, make sure you hit these scouts up for their number, man. Don't be shy. Get that contact number. Get some skin in the game.
All right. Thank you so much.
Hey, appreciate it, man.
Yeah,
Best of luck.
All right. Appreciate it.
All right. Appreciate it, Jay.
Thank you.